Hey everybody, Professor Cloud here, and welcome back to Professor Builds my first Planet Zoo. We've been using the Summer House Scenario Zoo as a starting point, which only starts out with two different sets of lemurs. Everything else I've had to add from there. I've had to fix some things. I've had to build out the staff. I've also now had to build out the staff area and actually add a second staff area so that those on either end of the park could have a staff room accordingly. We've been adding in some new habitats. We've got a lot of new animals in the zoo, and we've been bringing in a lot of new guests as well because of that. And one of the things I was actually thinking about this morning, just as I was preparing to start my recording, is we probably need some more guest services. Yes, there are a couple of vendors at one end of the park, and I did put a ton of vending machines at the entrance of the park, and then we've got ATMs and things like that. But there's bathrooms. That's gonna be a problem. There's also no selling of merchandise, no selling of merchandise or things like that. So there's definitely some things that we can do. We rebuilt a habitat in the last episode, so let's go ahead and jump back in and start by filling that habitat up and assigning them. Actually, we already have the assigned personnel, and then we can go ahead and start to think about, well, what do we want to use for the rest of the areas, and where can we potentially build out some guest services throughout. So let's go ahead and jump back in. So as I was talking about, we now have this new staff area here. And we've got a new quarantine building. We've got a new staff room. There's a keep. Oh, but there's no power. Well, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Yeah, and there's the little message. Okay. So seeing as this is a staff area, I don't care where I put the power or even what kind of power. So we'll just put down a regular transformer. But let's put it right here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. They've all now got power, but yeah, we've got the keeper hut there. This is a new staff room. Got quarantine, and we've got vet. And if we need to, by the way, we've got a whole area back here that we could actually add more staff services if we needed to. All right, next we have Habitat 19, which replaced Habitat 5. And seeing as I rename all my habitats anyway, it really doesn't matter. So, oh yeah, one of the things I did, and I don't know if it's helping at all considering the number of guests here, is that I have placed some animal burrows for the lemurs. I don't know that necessarily I've placed enough of them, but I'm hoping that maybe that helps with stress, allows them to hide. Because unfortunately, there's no easy way to hide themselves. I also did put one-way glass around this area, but again, I can't do anything about this grouping here. Hence why I put the burrows there. I'm just really hoping that that helps with the lemur stress. I don't think it's going to, but it was the one idea that I had. Would love more ideas if somebody has one. I know that one chatter, sorry, I live streamed last night. One member of the community put a comment that I should try and actually dig out an area in the terrain that they can go into. The problem with that is one, I don't think that lemurs will actually use it because it's not in their nature to go underground. They're used to going up into trees, and they've got plenty. See, that's the other thing. They're not using any of the height that's available to them to get away from the guests, which I find strange. The other reason, I've never created something like that before, and I don't trust myself with the terrain tools yet. Maybe in the future, or maybe if I had, like completely open ground to start from, that would be a different story. But I would be scared to death that I would ruin anything that has been built here because it's been built in so many layers. In any case, all right, we've got Habitat 19. We need to figure out what's going to go in here. So, let us go back to... Nope, that's not what I wanted. Zoopedia. And are we doing tropical or taiga? Never remember. Desert, temperate, grassland, tropical. Tropical. I knew it started with a T, but I couldn't remember if it was tropical or taiga. Alright, Zoopedia, tropical, and habitat. Okay. Let's see. We already have African buffalo. One other thing is space. We've got this is a big area. So either we build out another habitat that has multiple species, like we do on the other side of the park, where the anteaters, capybara, and one other one are all located, or we do a big one for something like a Bengal tiger. They've got 700. Actually, how big is this particular habitat? 3,000 square meters. That is way too big. Okay, I'm gonna change. Oh, there's stairs here. Huh. So the path runs down here and then wraps back around for the Okapi area. Would mean I'd probably want this to be... I already did. I put it all as glass. Matter of fact, I need to put it as one-way glass, but I'll do that later. Is what I thought I might do is bring it down around this slope. Yeah, let me do that. Barriers. Starting from, say, here. There we go. Okay. Now. 2,000. Alright, so that's a little bit better. Makes a little bit more sense. Alright, back to this. Tropical habitat. Bengals need 700. 1 to 2, 1 female, 1 male. They also, though, need a 10-foot high grade 3 climb proof habitat. I mean, that's not a big deal, but I just need to make sure that I keep that in mind. What about bongos? I don't know anything about bongos. Nope. I mean, another option is I could also split the habitat into 2. Clouded leopard. Black bear. Yeah, see, if I split it into 2, I could put like a black bear on one side and something non-threatening on the other. Koala's going to need climbing. They actually don't need a lot of land requirement, but they also need climbing. They need 20 meters of trees. What is this? The Northwest Sulawesi Abirisu. Only 10,000 in the wild. They only need 300 meters, though. Square meters. Nyalas. They're beautiful animals. Let's see. Hippos? No. Sloth bear. No doubt. I don't want to have a grizzly or anything like that right next to another bear, because that kind of defeats the purpose. Or does it? Having 2 habitats of 2 different bear types at the same place. Maybe that actually works. Yeah, maybe that actually works. Let me see what the... Alright, so this is the sun bear. And then we've got the sloth bear. And then the other one that I was looking at was the Formosan black bear. Yeah, see, they all look very, very similar. I mean, I'm not surprised by that necessarily, but... Sloth bear needs a lot of climbing too, yeah. They're big, big climbers. Oh, the sun bears do too. Huh. What about the western lowland gorilla? They need 40 meters of climbing. Well. Alright, let's do this then. I'm going to take barrier, and we're going to start from here. Okay. And then wooden habitat gate. Not add multiple habitat gates. It's 2 different habitat. Yeah, it's 2 different habitat. That's not a habitat yet. Alright, you know what? Let's do this habitat first. Do this one first. We've got this one set up. I'm probably going to need to raise the barrier and make it climb proof till we decide, because I don't know what animal we're going to put in here yet. Wild boar. And they don't need that much space. We could have put in hyenas. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not a fan of hyenas. They just, I don't know. They seem nasty. Like very nasty animals. Southern cassowary. Basically a turkey. Flightless bird lives in Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, and northern Australia. They're southern hemisphere's version of a turkey. They don't need that much space, but maybe that's an option. Ah, yes, the giraffe. The majestic giraffe. Okay, hold on. Let's put in giraffes. Yeah, reticulated giraffe. Let's do this. I'm going to remove... I know I'm bouncing back and forth, and I apologize, but... Okay. We're going to leave this whole entire area available for the reticulated giraffe. Alright, so now we're back to the entire habitat. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at the Zoopedia again. Alright, 2 to 12. So whatever I do, I need to do half as many males as I do females. They need 1,300 square meters, so they're going to get 2,000. That'll be more than enough. They don't have any climbing requirements, of course. No water requirements, no deep water requirements. Temperature requirements. They need a 6.5-foot boundary. We'll have to raise everything. You don't have to worry about climbing proof. They have a big interspecies data. Okay, we might be able to put a second species in here. I don't recognize the names of any of these as ones we were just looking at, however. Common warthog in here? Yeah, we could put common warthogs in here. There we go. There's the plan. Now we've got a plan. Yeah, now we've got a plan. Okay. All right, let's focus on the reticulated giraffe first. All right, so... Oh, hold on. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. All right, and I said 6.5 feet. Fortunately, I have no idea what that means in, real world terms. All right, nope, let's do this. I'm going to need to do it here. It won't. Okay. All right, so 6.5 feet. Let's say 5.5 meters. Do it. Now it lets me drag all the way across. Oh, okay. Alright, let's do this. They're all pretty much the same. Okay. Good. You're above that. You're good. You're good. You up. Right, and then you guys. doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. Don't know all my hotkeys yet. In case you weren't aware. You I want to raise a little bit. Won't let me. There we go. And you. Come on, guys. Raise up. There we go. You. Okay. Right, that should do it. Now, I need to put in some one-way glass. Or just glass in general. This doesn't help me. Okay, so there is the path. Okay. Alright, let's do then you glass. Actually, you know what? Hold on. One-way glass. They can't see out. The guests can see in. Hold on. That. Okay. Really hard to do this with the trees constantly in my way. Yeah, I... Okay, let's go down to here. This is ridiculous. Having to maneuver trees. Alright, we got some glass there, so let's start from here, and let's put... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Play glass. If I need to reverse it. Here we go. Right, those three. Alright, that'll work. That'll work. And I just realized something. The barriers that I put... Actually, no. They might be right. No, I did put them the right way. I was afraid that I had reversed the ones that I had put around the lemurs. But I didn't. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and put in what we need. See, the problem is I don't think they're going to let me... I really dislike this about the game. So I've built a new habitat. I want the habitat to be pre-filled for when the animals come in. And yet, I'm not allowed to filter, I don't think. No, I am. Okay, I apologize. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Reticulated giraffe. There we go. Alright, so water bowl large. Go down and... I don't know what... Put you there. Let's put food cage. Very good. I'll put a second one over here. We'll put a water pipe over here. Alright. I don't know how giraffes sleep. Put some enrichment items, a rubbing pillar. That looks good. I don't have the flattened terrain clicked. But yet it's modifying the terrain every time I put it down. Suspended high grazer feeder. Yep, that looks good. Let's put you there, and let's move you around a little bit. Yeah, look at that. It's modifying the terrain dramatically every single time I put something down. It was never doing that before. And I sound like a whiny little bitch right now. Sorry. That's good for the giraffe. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, first of all, let's do that. Find the reticulated giraffe. Firm. Okay. So half as many males as females. So 1 male, 2 females. So we'll get you. Stopped. You. No. You. And you. Okay. And the zoo. Okay. Very good. Right. Now the giraffe habitat. Okay. Ooh, hold on a minute. Did that take? It did not. There we go. All right, now let's validate that this is in a work zone. I believe it's this one. It is, yes. We'll also make sure to put the new transformer in that zone. Okay. I think that should do it. We should be able to get things rolling. What is Habitat 13? Is that this one? Did I never change the name of that habitat? Well, let's find out. I never changed this habitat. Okay. We'll call this the multi-species habitat. There we go. And don't get me wrong, I could go through the process of changing all of the others, but changing like the names of everything so that we've got proper names, but I just don't think it's worth it. Alright, so let's start taking a look around here and trying to figure out where we could put some guest services, such as, for example, a bathroom. Because that is something I have noticed we don't have. Now, one of the things I could do is remove some of this stuff. Like, I'm trying to keep the stuff that came with the zoo there because it provides a lot of great decoration. Problem is it's not necessarily something I need to do. Like, for example, this right here, this area would be perfect for a bathroom. So if I were to delete all of that and put the bathroom there, I think it would be very beneficial. That, or we need to put the bathroom someplace else. And people are really piling up in here. Okay, our giraffe are here. Take a look. There they are. Well, there's two of them anyway. I don't know where the third one is. Oh, there's the third one. Okay. We now have 3 giraffe. And our numbers went up. Alright, so we are in desperate need of education. And we absolutely need toilets and thirst. Which is what I was saying. I gotta figure out how to make that happen. Alright, we're getting rid of this. Matter of fact, here's what we're gonna do. What is down in here? Alright, it's just a viewing area. Oh, that's awesome. They're viewing the... Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. They're viewing the multi-species habitat now. That's fantastic. Okay. Then this is absolutely... Yes. We're deleting you. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to move all of you... Alright, let's do this. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, well, the drag and drop is not exactly... Ooh. We're going to move you there. And you. Move you out of the way first. Alright, that looks good. Hold on a minute. We got some high amounts of litter. Where? Okay. Alright. Then we're going to pause the guest services for a minute, because that's a good point. I have not been putting down trash cans anywhere. We want bins. We've been kind of going off of East Asian, so let's go with that. Alright. I don't want to put it there. Alright, let's use that as a starting point. The other one is donation boxes. I need to put donation boxes around by, well, everything. I've put some, but I don't have any here near the Okapi, and I don't have any near the giraffe. No, I forget where they're... Let me just do this. There it is. Okay. And the giraffe. Where are the people looking at the giraffe? Now, that actually wasn't smart. Yeah, not smart to put... Whoa, many get... What? Many guests think tickets are underpriced. Again, okay. I'm fine with... Hey, I'll bump it up. Alright, we'll bump it up for the children to 20. And we'll bump it up to the adults to 28. And look at the... We're actually in the black. For this year. Something tells me it's not going to stay that way, but... makes me happy. Something happened. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I really wish somebody would help me out in the comments. I don't know why I have never once been able to send new animals to quarantine. Because I absolutely would have. But there's never been an option. I've never been able to figure out how. I do want to favorite you. Of course, I don't know exactly how to do favorites, but... Multiple animals... 6? What the hell? They're hungry. What? Why are my keepers not doing their job? Okay, hold on. I got You know, let me do this. I think it's probably easier to do it from here. The buffalo. Why is the buffalo got social at red? I only have 2. I think we might have a few too many snakes. I think we have a few too many snakes. And we'll do that. At least to the wild. I really wish they would return me back here when I'm done so that I could keep doing things. Do the same thing here. Alright, yeah, that made them a lot happier. Alright, we have to do the same thing here. Alright, we need to figure out what's going on with the buffalo. Oh, I do. I have too many buffalo. I have 2 children. And if I remember correctly... No, 3 to 15. But it's only 1 male. There's the problem. Okay, there's the problem. Alright, so let's get rid of you. What? Animals escaped. What are you talking about? Outsider gender ratio. Exceeds species gender ratio in mixed group. Unable to breed and interact. Actually, you know what? That's fine. Transformer 4. Fine. I don't want... Oh, negative effect. Okay, well, I can't do anything about that. We need... Okay, let's bring in another caretaker. For the game's not letting me for some reason. Yeah, I should probably put another caretaker on each of the areas and make sure that one of them is associated with litter only. Or one for each zone, I mean. Not letting me put one... I don't understand. It's not letting me hire anybody. Huh. Okay, so there's our 3. Well, 1 for each zone. Bottom. And up. Alright, and then... No point in doing that. Really no point in doing that because I don't have any benches. That's something else I need to add to is some benches. Actually, I'm going to leave that one alone. Alright, there's really no point in changing any of this. What? Wow! How did the lemur get there? Okay, we've got you captured. But then there's this. The game is going nuts. The game is absolutely going nuts right now. Still got high amounts of litter, even though I've just put in new keepers. Alright, you know what? Let's get rid of some animals. We've got too many lemurs anyway. Yeah, we got way too many lemurs. So let's go ahead and... 1, 2, 3... Hey, is there so much litter? There's not high amounts of litter. I mean, there is, but... It's only in one very small area. Buffaloes still aren't happy. I'll have to look at that in a second. Let's see. Yeah, we need to get rid of a couple more. Let's get rid of you two. And where's the other set of lemurs? Oh god, scorpions. We have got way too many scorpions. Okay, yeah, okay, we have too many of the red ruffed lemurs as well. Okay, so you... definitely... and... you... oh. What is rehome? Okay. Done. Okay. I don't know what's... some of this has never been explained to me, unfortunately. Just trying to get rid of the oldest ones. Okay. No, that's not what I needed. Keeper. Why isn't... okay, so the litter is getting cleaned up. I do, though, need another bin. Wow, that's a lot of rain. Holy crap. Why is there... oh. We'll put one there. One there. Okay, why is the keeper not doing his job? Or the... oh, I don't want staff. Caretakers. Sorry, caretakers. Everyone's commuting. Okay, dude. You need to be down here. You need to be cleaning. There you go. And so do you. There you go. Okay, so that's now good. And they're... Okay, there we go. Sometimes you've got to take the... Oh, God. Oh, man. Well, I can tell you for future zoos that I build, there will not be a lemur habitat. Not gonna happen. Because this is... The lemur habitat is a freaking disaster. Allowing the people to walk through the habitat, no. It's an absolute mess. Absolute mess. I have gotten nothing done today. I didn't... That's not true. I got the giraffe. I got the giraffe in place. Yeah, I absolutely got the giraffe in place. I don't know if they're supposed to get a shelter or not, to be completely honest. I mean, I suppose I could put one in here. I mean, they're just standing out in the rain. Shelter. That's a very big shelter. Holy crap, that's a big shelter. Damn. Now, if I had known that ahead of time, I could have built it. I should have done that first. That's my fault. Yeah, these shelters are huge. Alright, well. Alright, well, real quickly then, let's go get some boar. Because that was the other thing I was going to do, is I was going to bring some boar into... Wikipedia. Interspecies. No, common warthog. That's what it was. I was going to do common warthogs. Let's Zoopedia page this one first real quick. 1 to 7, so 1 female, one male, and up to 6 females. Okay. Okay, so we will grab you, and oops, I hit the adopt button. Okay. And training and storage. Send to zoo. There we go. Excellent. Now let me see if there's anything habitat-wise, like food or whatever, that's specific to them. Food trough. Put that next to water bowl. We'll put another water bowl down there. Let's see, what about toys? Put another scratching tree. Put you over here. Yep. Let's put small barrel feeder. And it's going to roll down the hill. Mud bath. I don't know about that. I don't need mud bath. Gift box, though. Yes, must have a gift box. Alright, that works. Alright, so now we're going to have warthogs and giraffe playing together. I love this guy. This guy's just sitting down here, enjoying the sun. That's a beautiful sight. I like that. I like that a lot. Very cool. And this thing just keeps rolling. Alright. That should do it for this episode. I did not get done what I wanted to get done. In the next episode, we've lost some, we've lost a little bit here. In the next episode, we absolutely need to focus on guest services and education. Those are going to be the two big things. We absolutely have room to put in some more habitats, especially up here. For some particular reason, the people aren't coming up here, and I don't know why. Even though we've got plenty of good space, but as you can see, we've got plenty of area to put some more exhibits and things along those lines. So I do want to make sure that we're doing that. Let's see what the buffalo have to say here. Critical area or crowding issues are present. You've got 1,300 square meters. And yet you only need 420. So, I'm not getting it. Critical area or crowding issues are present. It's got to be critical area, but I don't know what that means. And they all are showing it. Is it possibly because of the water? 20 square meters of water requirement. Okay, that might be it. Water air, no, they've got 162 square meters. So yeah, I'm not understanding what the problem is. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap up the episode here. And in the next episode, we will absolutely focus on guest services. We will focus on education. And making sure that we have education everywhere, that we also have donation boxes everywhere. I think I did kind of clear that up. But I definitely want to get that area that we were looking at before. Trying to remember where it was now. As a guest services area. Oh, right over here. So putting in some vendors and bathrooms and things like that down there, and then starting to put actual education around each of the habitats with educators that can actually increase, because you can only get, the one thing I have found, you can only get so much of an education bump as far as your guests are concerned from the screens that you can put around, but you really need to have an educator that's actually there and talking to them, can answer questions and things like that, in order to really get the bigger bumps in the education. And then we also need to put in more of these the conservation education boards as well. So we need to put some more of those around. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And as always, if you have been enjoying the content, please make sure to hit the like button. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And hopefully I will see you next time in the next episode of Professor Builds his first Planet Zoo. Talk to you soon.